Hello, my dear friends, and welcome back to QeBro. As I promised, I am back with another video. So today is a special day because it's our first year anniversary. Last year, or 2024, April 19th, I posted my first video on the QeBro channel, and today it's this video will be published on 18th of April, and yeah, so we are completing 1 year. Up to today, we have published 52 videos, and this is the 53rd one. And so because of that, I thought of doing a special video just to check or have a look back at our journey, and then we can have an idea like before or 1 year ago versus now where we are, to have a chat about like our journey so far, and then also we can see about the future as well. So QeBro, the purpose of this channel was to help you guys with to share the knowledge about quality assurance engineering and to help you guys to be a full stack quality engineer. So if you can remember our very first video, there we discussed, or the introductory video, here I have like linked it. So this video I shared the purpose of this channel and like what are my plans and about those information as well. And after that, since this week, without skipping any week, so every Friday I published a video for you, and up to now we have finished a couple of playlists as well, and we have gained experience or hands-on experience on different tools. And also I have shared about some professional qualifications, some other certifications, and also about like other networking opportunities, the conferences, the other learning resources. All this information I have shared with you. So also let's have a look about like our journey, like how at different phases, and like what are the things which we have studied or which we have learned up to now. And then yeah, so this video, I'm not planning to take much of your time. This will be a very quick video to have a look back at our journey and to discuss about our future. So yeah, if you can remember our very first video, and the very first playlist was about the foundation. So even if you go to our channel here under the playlist, you will be able to see all these playlists. So this is the first playlist called the foundation. Under the foundation, we started with discussing about introduction to quality assurance. So there we discuss about different terminologies, different between testing, quality assurance, quality engineering, and other related terms as well. Then the next videos, we started our journey to like look at the different other areas related to the testing. Like we discussed about types of testing. So under type of testing, we looked at different types like the manual testing, automation, functional, non-functional. So likewise, we saw the differences of different types, and we tried to categorize them under different methods. And also after that, we started to go deep into the test designing parts, where we talked about test planning, how to create a test plan, and I have shared test plan templates as well. Other than that, we discussed about test design techniques, the white box design and the black box. Likewise, we try to categorize them, and under each, we discuss about different test design techniques as well, like the boundary value analysis, the equivalence partitioning, all these things with examples I have discussed. We didn't stop from there. If you can remember, after that, we went a step further and we get some hands-on experience on creating mind maps and test metrics as for all your functional testing and functional testing. I mentioned that after creating the test plans, it's better if you can create the mind maps to cover the test scenarios, the high-level scenarios. Before writing the test case, we can cover those in mind maps. And also for API testing, I showed you how to create these test metrics. Those things we discussed with real world scenarios, so with hands-on and examples as well. With that, I introduced you to a new tool, our very first tool of our journey, called XMind, for creating the mind maps. And yeah, for test metrics we used Excel, and then it went to the next step of like writing the test cases. And bug management. There also I introduce you to a couple of tools and we get some experience of using a tool called QeBro test case management. And for the same, and other than that, I showed you some of these tools and some public available deployments like of Testopia, Bugzilla, likewise those tools also. On KVTCMS, we get some hands-on experience as well. So this was our the foundation playlist. To be honest, like yeah, I hope like I have covered almost all the things related to a foundation QA, even foundation QA course. If you register for a paid course, they will also cover these same things. So the same things I try to cover with sharing my experiences as well. And with that, we finished our first playlist called the foundation to get to know about the basics of quality assurance. And also at the end of the playlist, I did another video called the professional qualification, and I continued that for all other playlists as well. Whenever I complete a playlist, and then I did a video related to share the other resources, other learning resources, the other events and information, or any other related certifications or professional qualifications. So those information I also shared. So the purpose of doing that was like I did these videos some time back, but with the advancement of the industry and also with the tools, new features will come in and the process will also get changed. So I can't do a new video every time. So it was up to you to continue your journey. So my responsibility was to introduce and lay the foundation for you guys. And then I shared these other resources as well. So then I gave you the responsibility to follow those things and then to stay up to date by following those learning resources from those official channels. And also I share these professional qualifications as well. So then you can get certified and then it will be an added value for your portfolio or your CV when you apply for a job. So for the foundation playlist, I introduced you to the ISTQB, the International Software Testing Qualification Board. So they have different levels of certifications for different categories. So they are the basic or the foundation certificate was ISTQ with CTFA, Certified Tester Foundation level, and which is a must to go to the next levels of ISTQ certification. So since I have covered everything related to foundation in our first playlist, you guys were almost ready for the ISTQ CTFL, and they had their resources as well, the syllabus and some sample papers with answers, all those also there. And in my video, I showed you how you can get those resources and even the registration with your local bodies. All this information I have shared. So it was easy for anyone who check my video, so then easily you can do the CTFL. And also I share some other external resources as well to you to follow and to get certified. I hope since now like yeah we finished our first playlist after like around 2 months. So by now I hope you guys have done the ISTQB CTFL exam and you are certified engineers now. And other than that, the tools we got experience with this playlist was Xmind for creating the mind maps and QeBro test case management tool for the test case bug management. So those are the things. And yeah, if you follow these things and if you get hands-on experience, actually now you can add one professional qualification and two tools to your CV for the portfolios. Yeah. So after that, our journey continued, and our second playlist was about JIT and GitHub because when we go to the automation or even the documentation parts, we need to maintain the versioning. So the version management is a must. So that's why I started doing the version controlling part before I introduce you to any of these automation techniques. Before get some coding experience, so I introduce you to this version controlling. Now you know how to do this version controlling. So from your first day of coding, you can start with JIT and GitHub as well. So if you go back to our channel and here, our next playlist was about JIT and GitHub, which contains 13 videos. The first couple of videos were related to JIT and the rest was for GitHub, covering for the GitHub Foundation section. So yeah, so in the very first videos under JIT, I started with what is JIT and why version controlling is needed and what is the history of version controlling. All these basic things also I shared because we need to lay a good foundation, and then on top of that we can go to the advanced parts. So that's what I trust, and that's what we did all throughout this whole year for each playlist and for the channel as well. That's how I started with the foundation playlist, and for each playlist also I went like that way. First start with the very basic things for laying the foundation, and after that we step by step went into the advanced parts. So under the JIT, likewise we discuss about those things, and from the installations, and then how to initialize the repo and all these things, the command line, how to use these the commands from the command line, and then I shared a cheat sheet as well, and we finished the JIT part and then move to the GitHub. JIT and GitHub. So as you know, JIT and GitHub are two different things. GitHub has been built using the technology JIT, and not only version control in GitHub now provide you with other features as well. For whole your project life cycle, it will help, like from the documentation, deployment, coding, and also even deployments. Now it has these virtual machines and all these things. Even you can create pages and you can publish it. All these things are now available with GitHub, and even yeah, GitHub Actions also there. So I think I covered all these areas. And after that, yeah, as usual, I did the professional qualifications video to share the other learning resources, and also I introduced the GitHub Foundation exam. From 2024, GitHub now have exams for different categories, and the basic exam is the GitHub Foundations one. So the things I have discussed in our playlist will cover the GitHub Foundation syllabus for the exam. So if you follow our all 13 videos, now you are almost ready for sit for the GitHub Foundation exam. Other than that, I shared some other external resources as well. As I can remember, I shared some Microsoft courses from GitHub, and also some other learning resources as well. Also some sample papers and all those things. So if you follow these things and my playlist, you can sit for the foundation exam. Not only that, I think I shared a way to get a discount on the exam as well. So if you did that at that time, yeah, I think you might have done it for the discounted price. I think still the discount is there. So if you haven't done it, I think don't let it. So it's your time. Do the JIT Foundation exam as well. So with under that, the tools we discussed were JIT and GitHub. So okay, now at the end of the second playlist, you have gained two professional qualifications, ISTQB and the GitHub Foundations. Other than that, you added XMind, QE Test Case Management Tool, JIT and GitHub to your CV as well. So two certifications and 4 tools and technologies. So after completing the JIT and GitHub playlist, we move to the compatibility testing playlist. Under the compatibility playlist, there were some other sub playlists as well. So what compatibility testing was, and it was under the non-functional testing. Compatibility testing basically means like, yeah, you test the same application under different devices, different operating systems, different browsers, and different versions likewise. We need to make sure that our application will work on cross browser, cross device, and cross OS, because we can't ask our clients to use a specific browser or a device. Our users will use this application on different devices, different operating systems based on their need or based on their like. So then it's our duty to make sure that our application will work on all these platforms, devices, and to find the bugs and fix those before releasing into production. So that's why compatibility testing was important, because in most of the organizations, so even most of the applications, I don't think we are paying much attention to the compatibility testing, but now you know why compatibility testing is also important, similar to other functional testing as well. So that also we started from the introduction, like why compatibility testing, and then we discuss about the other tools which you can use for compatibility testing. Here, I introduce you to some tools like Lambda Test and the Browser Stack. And yeah, you as you know now, Lambda test and browser stack is not only for compatibility testing now, it is also having a full ecosystem for all your quality assurance needs. So under the compatibility testing, I introduced you to the Lambda test and browser stack, and after that, I continued a separate playlist for each tool. So if you go to our channel here, also you can see under compatibility testing, we had 6 videos, and then Lambda test and browser stack, we have 5 and 6 videos for each. So that is because there were some other features like you can use this tools for test case management, compatibility testing, you can use it for automation, and also you can use it for visual UI testing, and there are some AI features outside. All these things I explained and I gave examples, and we get some hands-on experience for both these tools. So yeah, at the end of the play compatibility playlist, I shared all the information related to all the other resources, learning resources, and other programs from each, like ambassadorship programs and the other events and other the conferences, annual conferences. All this information related to these tools I shared. And also, since there were no direct professional qualification related to compatibility testing, so I asked you to do these certifications, Lambda test and browser stack certifications on their platforms. So even you don't have any direct professional qualification for compatibility testing, we use these tools to conduct compatibility testing. If you have a certification from these tools, and then if you put that on your CV or portfolio, so the recruiters, the interview panel will get an idea that you know these tools and you are certified from the tool provider, and you have hands-on experience as well. So that will be an added advantage for you at your interview times. So yeah, as I mentioned, so these 2 certifications and these 2 tools were also covered under the compatibility testing playlist. So now you have 4 certifications and 6 tools added to your CV by end of third playlist. And as I mentioned, Lambda test, browser stack. So under those, we had low code, no code automation solutions and visual UI testing. Those things as well. For those also, I created separate playlists because in future I'm planning to cover some other tools as well, other low code, no code automation tools and other visual UI testing tools as well. So then I will update these playlists with those tools. Okay. After that, then our next playlist or our in our journey, our next stage was to go to API testing. So as you know, API testing is very popular nowadays because in our first playlist also I discussed about the testing pyramid. In the testing pyramid, API testing is also there, and we need to have more coverage of API testing than the UI testing because UI tests are unstable and API testing are more stable, and we can get more or we can get quick updates about the state. And so in that case, we need to have a good coverage of API testing, and it comes under functional testing. So here also I started from the very basics like what is an API. So I shared all the information related to from what is a URL. We discussed about the components of a URL. Likewise, we discussed about the HTTP, then what are the HTTP status codes. All these things I discussed, very basic things. I'm pretty sure that you guys have done these things at your degree program at your universities at maybe very first semesters. But even that I covered those things to refresh your memory. So we started from the very basics and then we went to the advanced parts. And also under API testing also we saw about the manual testing, some tools, and also the automation testing, these technologies, all these things we discussed. And as usual at the end of this playlist also I did the same video on the professional qualifications. So for this we have 2 ISTQB exams, ISTQB CTAL, TE, Test Automation Engineer, and Technical Test Analyst. There were 2 certifications, but those 2 certifications will have other areas as well. API testing is only a subpart of these certifications. So still you may be not ready for achieving these qualifications. We need to stay for a couple of other playlists to be covered from my side. So in future we will cover those, and then you are ready to achieve these certifications as well. And then under the API testing playlist, we discuss about Postman, So I introduced you to like all the features of Postman. Then we saw about WireMock, how to create these mock servers. And then we looked at the smart bear products like the Swagger. Under Swagger, there were so many tools. Swagger API Hub, the Swagger Hub, all these, the free open source ones and the paid versions, all these tools we looked at. And then finally, we ended up with the SOAP UI. So here also we discuss about all these tools, and now by end of the fourth playlist, uh, here one certification, two professional qualifications, two tools related certifications, and here also Postman and Swagger also they have certifications. So here two and two, four tool related certifications, two professional qualifications, and four, 6 and 10 tools will be added to your CVs or your portfolio if you have actually followed these things as I mentioned. So I think 1 year back and now, if you followed this thing with me, now as I mentioned, you will have two professional qualifications, four tool related certifications, and 10 tools. I hope it's a lot for a 1 year period, isn't it? So within 1 year, we have achieved a lot. But this will not end from here. We have a lot for the future. If you, I will again recall about our first video where I did the introduction to this channel where I mentioned our ultimate goal is to be a full stack quality engineer. A full stack quality engineer will have knowledge and experience on testing, non-functional testing, the other than that functional testing, the other than that the process and everything. So here still we have done only a very small portion of our journey. So the journey will continue the same way. Every Friday, I will publish a video and then you can follow it. And at the end of each playlist, I will share the external resources, other professional qualifications, certifications, and all the other things which you need to follow to continue your journey from your side. So I hope you have gained something from my channel throughout this last year. And yeah, you can share your experience, and if you need to see something gets changed in our journey, and your feedback. I want to really hear from you about your feedback. I really value it. So then based on your feedback also we can do the changes for the future. And also don't forget to share this with your friends as well if you think this is valuable. So then to help your friends as well to join, and then they also can go with us on this. So see you till next week and happy testing.